Welcome to Meet Your Neighbor, the podcast that highlights the people and stories that make Westbrook Village a truly exceptional community. I'm your host, Steve Marilla, local realtor, neighbor, and proud member of this vibrant community. Each episode, we sit down with residents to learn about their careers, life experiences, and what brought them to Westbrook Village. It's a chance to connect, share, and celebrate the unique journeys that shape our neighborhood. Thanks for tuning in. And now, let's meet your neighbor. This week on Meet Your Neighbor, you'll see her on the golf course, but Marchell Fletcher's first passion is racing. A 5-time Autocross National Champion, Marchell has spent years competing at the highest level, fueled by focus, precision, and grit. She has also taken on endurance challenges like the Iron Horse bike race, which is over 2 Colorado passes from Durango to Silverton. That competition is part of who she is. Marchell shares her racing journey, her love of competition, and what she enjoys most about her life here in Westbrook Village. And as always, if stories like Marchell's spark your curiosity about living in this community, I'm happy to be a resource for you and help you explore Westbrook Village. Now, let's meet your neighbor. Hello, Marchell.
Hi, Steve. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I thought this was just going to be a regular little interview with someone I never met, and I am really excited to talk to you.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate you asking me.
Oh, it's going to be fun. Well, let's start with where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Denver, Colorado.
Denver. What was that like?
It was great. It was a lot smaller,
Sure.
Because that was, way long time ago. But when I went to school, then I went down to Fort Lewis College in Durango, Colorado.
Okay.
So I grew up in Denver, but I really called Durango my home.
Did you do, even though when you were in Denver, would you visit the mountains and love the mountains?
Oh, yeah, all the time. We had a cabin right outside of Denver in Bailey, Colorado.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I always thought that would be tough to live in Denver and look at the mountains every day when I was working. But I suppose it's your inspiration for the weekend.
Well, I was.
And you were a kid, but
I was a kid.
Yeah.
You knew always where West was.
Yeah, right. So Durango, I love Durango. I just stayed there, and you have that Durango Old Town, beautiful restaurants. It's a beautiful community with the little train. Yep. So, what was college like in Durango?
College was awesome. I actually went there to get my degree in geology, which is what I did. And It was a great place to study geology because there's so much going on with the mountains and
Sure.
and just wonderful place to study geology. So it was a liberal arts college, 4-year liberal arts, and I graduated from there. But Durango has got this wonderful, beautiful energy. In fact, if I'm out and traveling or whatever, and I say I'm from Durango, Colorado, people go, "Oh, I love Durango." They love the train. They love Mesa Verde. They love the mountains. And it's Durango's only about 18,000 people.
Yeah, it's a small gem of a city.
Yeah.
I mean, I fell in love with Ouray and Silverton and Lake City because of Jeeping, and I was coming from Minnesota, so that was like 24-hour drive, and I would never make it down to Durango. But now that I'm in Arizona, Durango's my town to hit because it's only 7 hours from here, right? 7-hour drive.
Yes, exactly.
Do you ski?
Oh yeah, I skied for a long, long time.
How was the mountain in Durango?
Oh, it's wonderful. It's much warmer than around Denver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I skied all the areas around Denver, but when I came to school, then of course I could ski a lot. And between Telluride, Wolf Creek, and Purgatory,
Sure.
and it was really nice because you don't get all the crowds like you did around Denver.
Oh, right.
And
right.
warmer, just
Right.
warmer.
Well, you had mentioned a bike race, and I want the bike race that I underestimated as a person driving in a van, getting through the mountain pass when the race was going on. And I thought, a race over this mountain is crazy. And how many times did you race it?
6 times.
6 times?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah, it's called the Iron Horse Bicycle Classic. It's one of the oldest classics. Classics means it's a one-day race.
Okay.
It's in the nation.
Okay.
And it was started quite a while ago by 2 brothers that challenged each other to try to beat the train to Silverton.
Oh,
and so we have pros that come ride it. I mean, we have a lot of amazing riders in Durango. I mean, Olympians and everything. So they have all the different classes and so forth. But I think the record is like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something, 2:13 on a bicycle.
On a bicycle. How many miles is it?
56.
56 miles?
Over 2 major mountain passes.
Yeah, major mountain passes. I came home that route in early September, and we hit snow on top. Yeah.
Memorial Day, you're going to have snow.
Yeah.
The neatest thing, though, about the Iron Horse, it's just not about that race, too. I mean, the whole weekend is about racing, and then there's mountain bike races that they do downtown, and it's just, I mean, Durango is definitely a bicycle community.
Oh, for sure. That's what fooled me into thinking that I could get through the pass. Because as I was driving down the highway, I saw so many families bicycling. And I said, well, if the pass opens at 1:30, obviously these people aren't going to the pass. They're just going up to the ski hill probably. But it was packed. So it's kind of, I used to know some elite runners, and they say, I would go run, a 5K in 24 minutes, and they'd run in 14. They go, but Steve, we need people like you to be behind us, so we feel like we've accomplished something, so because they're way up front. And that's probably what it's like there's only so many elite riders, right? That are up in front going over that pass.
Well, those are the pros. They have just the Citizens Tour, which people can do.
Okay.
They only allow, I think, about 2,000 riders over the pass. So you have to sign up early. But there is another one called the Quarter Horse, and it goes from Durango to Purgatory, and anybody can do that.
Okay.
I mean, it's like 25 miles, but still, it's all uphill.
And it's an incline. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can get I've done just that one too, but it's the passes and all the clothing and everything, because it's cold.
Right.
You got to be able to dress for it and so forth and hydrate. And a lot of people, they think they can just come do it, and it's the altitude that usually hurts people.
Sure.
You're riding over 10,000 feet when you go over the passes.
Oh yeah. What's the altitude of Durango?
6,700.
67?
Yeah.
Okay.
High altitude training.
Oh, do you? High altitude training. And you trained other bikers also?
Yeah, I was a trainer for the Iron Horse Bicycle Classic. So I'd go out on rides, getting people up, getting them all ready to go for the Iron Horse.
Did you study for that, or did you go off your experience from racing?
I did the Iron Horse, and then the people who organize it were looking for people to help, riders and trainers and stuff, and just mainly on group rides. And
sure.
And then when you're on the race itself, if they need any help during race day, you'd help them out. So it's just really riding with them when they're training, keeping them going, keeping them hydrated, keeping their legs spinning.
Sure. Well, I remember I biked back in my early 20s, but that leg spinning sounds easy, but it's not.
You got to keep the lactic acid out of your legs. Oh,
I just, yeah. And you see, and you're rather petite compared to, I see male bikers, and their legs are the size of, I don't know what. I mean, some of them just have those huge legs that just seem like they can go forever. Is it beneficial to have bigger legs or smaller legs?
Depending on what you're doing, the sprinters will have the bigger legs.
Okay.
But if you're more aerodynamic, what I used to do, because the valley's, it's about 12, 15 miles long.
Yeah.
It's all flat. Then you just get into the climbing. So I used to find the biggest guy I could and just get behind him.
Really?
Get in the slipstream.
Okay.
So I wouldn't have to use a whole lot of energy to get up the valley.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well,
it was fun.
You say that, but
ride smart.
Yeah, but you say that, but how much? I mean, you still have to do the work. When people talk about drafting at your level, they're like, oh yeah, it's like taking a break. I'm like, no, it's not, because I've gone behind people. It's still a lot of work. You're still pedaling,
Well, if you've come off the front, then all of a sudden you go to the back because you don't want to do the work. Then all of a sudden you start falling off the back. It's really difficult to get back on. So you gotta be smart.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that seems. So how long did you do that?
Let's see. Seriously, I probably did bicycling for about 10 years.
Okay.
And then when I retired, then I came down to Arizona, and this is kind of one of the reasons why I chose Westbrook, because it was really close to the bicycle pass.
Okay.
And when I first got here, I found out that there was like riding groups, especially the ladies.
Sure.
To go out and ride.
Yeah.
It was really hard to train down here because of lower elevation and there's nothing to climb.
Yeah.
But there's so many bicycle paths around, and that was one of the reasons why I chose Westbrook, because it was so close to the bicycle path.
And you're still biking?
Uh-huh.
And do you go back and do that race at all, or any races with the
Oh
biking?
gosh. Yeah,
No.
you really gotta train a lot, and you have to get the base miles in and
Sure.
everything, yeah.
And you have to have that mindset that you wanna race, I would assume.
Takes a lot of time, and I was doing it when I was working. I'm
Okay.
trying to get out, and then since it's in May, you gotta okay, I gotta get out, especially when it starts to get like March, April, you gotta get in the miles.
Sure.
So you don't die over the passes.
When you were working, what career did you go into after college? Did you use
I worked in insurance and financial services. I worked for Prudential Financial.
That worked perfect with your major.
Oh, geology? Yeah. Yeah, because I got my degree in geology from Fort Lewis College in 1979. But when I first started working, though, I worked in uranium.
Okay.
In northern Colorado and also in Utah. But kind of like now, I wanted to work in gas and oil and actually in hydrology. But when I got out, the price of gas and oil, like now, had fallen out.
Okay.
So I took a job in uranium, but then I ended up not doing it. I came back to Durango after that.
You came back to Durango, and that's what got you into insurance?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Did you enjoy selling insurance?
I did. What I found out working in geology is that was kind of like working with things.
Right.
I love the science of it.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate geology. But then when I started, I realized I like working with people. And I wanted to be able to help people solve problems like you do in real estate.
Yeah.
You're listen to people and try to solve their problems.
Yeah, it's the funnest when someone comes to you overwhelmed and they leave not feeling overwhelmed. And you just have to communicate and explain, and here's our options, and some people don't have that concept of how to solve that problem, and if you can help them, they are very, very appreciative, and you feel
in
good.
Insurance, you're dealing with people sometimes in some really hard times,
right?
Or you're investing money for their future,
right,
and trying to protect them.
Yeah.
So, but I really, really enjoyed it. I had a wonderful career with Prudential.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. So, so I'm just going to transition for us. How did we get into auto racing? And tell me about that. Tell me what made you want to get into auto racing?
Well, I started racing in 1981, kind of locally.
Okay.
Around the area. And it's more like a part of it. I started in. It was called Autocross, or more precision driving.
Okay.
So you're racing against the clock.
Okay. And what kind of car?
I was in a Scirocco, VW Scirocco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And is that at all like that's not rally racing? Because rally is off road.
No, it's called autocross. It's more like precision driving around pylons. So it's like slalom racing.
Oh, okay.
Because I actually did some racing when I was skiing, and I thought, wouldn't this be cool if you could race in the winter, and then do something like that in the summertime? And so the autocross was like that. You have gates and you go around it, and you set up a course, and you're racing against the clock.
So are you super competitive?
Yes.
Because everything you've done is turned into a sport. It's turned into you want to you ski, you raced, so fascinating. So, what did you love about racing cars? The going through the slalom and the precisionness of it, and what drew you to that?
It's a challenge to myself.
Yeah,
it's going fast. I've always kind of been a gearhead.
Okay.
I always like cars. I like fast cars. I like the thing in a car. There's nothing more beautiful than feeling the machine underneath you and how it's working, and listening to the car. And believe it or not, it actually is similar to golf. Golf is very precise. My racing is very precise.
Yeah. And
in the solo racing, I mean, the clock doesn't lie. You're just not out there on a road race course, and it is what it is, and you're kind of in the pack, and whatever. But you could win or lose in a solo race within, I've lost in one races by, tenths and hundreds of a second. So like golf, even though it's very, very quiet, racing is very loud. Golf is very, very precise. I like all the angles. I like, thinking about it, the visualization on your golf swing. Same thing in racing. You have to memorize the course and perform.
So when you talk about visualizing a race course, will you sit there in I imagine in a dark room, and you're going through the race, and your eyes are closed and you're seeing the corners, and do you do that? Is that something?
Not necessarily a dark room.
Not
usually
dark room.
It's in autocross you only get to walk the course. So like slalom racing. they will slip the course and they have to memorize it, and then they're out there.
Oh,
they don't get
wow.
to pre-run the course.
Okay.
Same thing in autocross, you don't get to pre-run the course.
Okay.
So unlike road racing, where you can actually go out and practice,
do warm-up laps and
warm laps, you got qualifying,
yeah,
and then you're doing your race, and the track doesn't change. In solo racing, you'll never race the same track twice.
Really?
And so when you're sitting there, you've walked the course, you've realized, you're taking your braking point, your acceleration, what it's doing, and then I'm sitting at the start line, I'm just trying to be a helicopter over it and trying to know the course and then react to it when I'm out there. And then when I get another chance at it, then I'm trying to, increase the speed in the different corners or whatever.
So when you walk the course, are you taking a ton of notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially mentally. A lot of memorization and realizing, how fast I can take a corner, or where I need to brake, or what the car could be doing.
Sure. So when you get one shot at the first time, you've never raced it, you get your time. How many times do you get to improve that?
Normally on a national level course, it's only 3.
3. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So there's a real strategy for doing it. And if you hit a cone, they add 2 seconds onto your time.
Oh, really?
So you don't hit cones.
You don't hit cones. Well, you don't
took yourself
probably.
out.
Right.
But some of the local ones we do, sometimes they'll give us 4 to 8. In Durango, we actually have a really nice place we race, and we can have up to 10 or 11 runs each
Oh,
day.
really?
So
wow.
Yeah, lots of practice, because you don't really get to go out and practice.
Right.
You can practice golf. You could rent a track and, practice road racing. You could go out on your bike and practice. But in solo racing, when you're competing is when you're practicing.
So what does the track look like on a solo race? Is it?
Right now we're actually racing out at Phoenix International in one of the big parking lots.
Okay. And so you don't have the big banks or anything like that? Is it pretty
that
flat?
would be more for road racing. Yeah.
Okay, so this will be a flat area, and then the cones, are they different colored cones for left, right, or anything like that? No,
bright orange.
Okay.
Just bright orange.
Bright
There'll
orange?
be slaloms or, different gates or.
Do you slide around corners at all?
Well, you want to have the maximum adhesion. If you're going sideways, you're not going fast.
Right.
So you want to be going.
I'm thinking fun versus fast.
Well, there's a certain, because of the tires and everything, a certain amount of speed you can take through the corner.
Sure.
But if your tires are talking to you and you can hear that and you can feel the car, then you know that you're probably doing a max speed through, slalom or whatever.
Okay, so we didn't talk about it, but you had mentioned that you were a disc jockey. So now I'm intimidated doing a podcast with you, and I'd really be intimidated giving you a ride somewhere. Do you judge people's driving as when you're a passenger in a vehicle? Is it?
I don't judge. If I see something happening, it might something's developing here. Because I did some professional driving too, for different auto manufacturers. So I trained with different ice driving school and Skip Barber racing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was actually a professional driver for different auto manufacturers too.
So what does that mean, being a professional driver for?
I would sit shotgun with people.
Yeah.
Take them around the track or do new car introductions. I was really involved with BMW and Audi.
Oh, really?
Toyota. I did their teen driving program with Toyota. I did that for about 10 years and go around the country and sit shotgun with either adults or kids sometimes.
Oh, really?
And that was really interesting. So I did a big introduction with BMW on their 3 Series.
Okay.
So when they were introducing the X3, the X5, the 3 Series BMW, it was called the Ultimate Driving Experience.
Okay.
That's when I really started.
Okay.
And then since I was female, they wanted so many of the instructors to be women.
Sure.
And we're kind of a small group.
Okay.
And so we can pretty much write our ticket for wherever we wanted to go. And so it took me all over the country.
Wow. So when you're in a car, someone's trying out the car and they want to drive fast, and you're helping them on how to drive fast safely. Did you ever get in a car and say, wow, this person is going to be is a really good driver. They should be professionally driving, or anything like that? Did you? Really?
Yeah. There was actually one person he's actually a rally racer. He's a professional rally racer.
Oh, really?
He wanted to get on a program.
Okay.
So he got in the car and he wasn't with me, it was somebody else. And he took it was a BMW X3, and he took that car and he was throwing it into corners, in a skid, like a rally.
Oh, really?
And so we came back and like, okay, who are you?
Right. Oh, really?
Okay. And he actually ended up being on the program.
Okay.
But sometimes you'll get in the car, especially as an instructor, especially being as a woman.
Yeah.
And somebody wants to show you how they're going to drive.
Sure.
I had some interesting experience, but you talk to people,
Sure.
you give them commands, and if they aren't listening and you get an idea of what's going to happen.
Sure.
So you got to try to dial that back or try to get and be in a good place with them where they will actually listen to you.
Well, was it frustrating for you to have someone assume that they knew how to drive better than you because you were a woman?
It wasn't so much frustrating. You just have to build up that respect with them.
Sure.
But we always had a joke in Skip Barber. They always did a program with the Cobra drivers.
Yeah.
And no one wanted to do it because the Cobra drivers were like, oh my God. Actually, it wasn't the Cobra drivers. I'm sorry. It was the Viper drivers.
Oh, the Viper drivers?
The Viper drivers. Oh. It was like, oh my gosh.
Okay,
so I just didn't want to go out and do that.
That makes more sense because when you said Cobra, I've always thought the guys that own Cobras are pretty high-end, respectful. But Viper guys, those Dodge Vipers, then that's what we're talking about, right? Those guys are, they're characters.
That's like giving someone a loaded handgun.
Oh,
it's like, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was interesting. We would be invited to, especially female drivers, would be invited to do some of the different ones. And nobody wanted to do the Vipers.
Really?
It's like, no, I don't want to do them.
No Vipers. Were you pretty successful in your racing career?
Yeah.
So, do you have wins to?
Yeah. I won 5 national championships.
5 national championships. Yeah. Wow.
In solo racing. And then I also won a Porsche Club championship too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then one of the neatest things I think of in my driving, I actually had a trophy that was named in my honor. It's called the Fletcher Cup.
Okay.
It wasn't necessarily for my driving, but it's what I did for the program, the women's program.
Oh, really?
I actually developed a women's driving program.
Okay.
And it was on the pros. It's called Pro Solo. It's a pro side of precision driving.
Okay.
And all this is through the Sports Car Club of America.
Huh.
And at the end of the year, they have a trophy that they present to the overall winner.
Okay.
So it would be like in golfing, they have the FedEx Cup.
Yeah.
It's a points accumulation, and they call it the FedEx Cup.
Yeah.
Well, in solo racing, they have a points accumulation throughout the year, and at the end, they have a trophy they give out. And it had to do because I started the women's pro solo program. I wanted the women to have their own trophy that they could win.
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
We developed it, and all the women had input on it, and now it's called the Fletcher Cup.
Oh, wow!
And it's in perpetuity, and if I can make it out there, it's actually in Lincoln, Nebraska. At the finals every year, I go and present the trophy.
What time of year are the nationals?
September.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You got to feel pretty proud of that.
Well,
I mean, the 6
really
national
is.
Championships are one thing, but then to have a trophy named after you for the work you've done for others, pretty awesome.
And the neatest part about it is the only trophy that's ever been honored for a woman in motorsports.
Oh, wow.
There's the Borg Warner Trophy for the Indianapolis 500. There's different trophies.
You talk to me like I know these things.
You don't know the Borg Warner Trophy?
No, I do. I did golf inside the Indianapolis 500 track. That's about all I know.
I'm not like in any kind of, my trophy is in any league of the Indianapolis 500.
Right, but still.
It was the first time even the SCCA honored a woman and named a trophy after a woman. So I felt really, really honored for that. I still do. And people talk about the Fletcher Cup in racing.
That is awesome. When you were talking about how you can feel the car and know what's going on in the car, and you had related driving to golf. When you're swinging the golf club, are you really in tune with your body like you were the car as far as I lose my swing in my backswing. Something happens. I don't know what's going on back there. And then, it obviously impacts the impact of the ball. But are you really in tune to your body as far as when you're swinging? And
not as much as I am in a car.
Okay.
I drive much better than I golf.
Really?
Yeah, I think. But it's, I wish I was, and knowing your body in space. and what it's doing. I mean, it's such a quick reaction, and you think you walk, and then you have a swing, then you have a stroke, and then it's really managing your thoughts and what you're doing on the course.
Huh.
And I like to focus a lot on the course, but I also like competition. I mean, if I'm trying to beat somebody, I love match play.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's really different, but the same. And I wish I knew more about. I only started getting serious about golf after I retired. I mean, I'd play like 3 times a year.
Okay.
And now I try to.
Well, how long has it been since you've been retired?
2015.
2015.
And I'm semi-retired. I do still in the insurance business. I still do some health insurance.
Oh, do you?
Stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So. Do you like driving better than golf, or do you like golf better than driving yet?
I like both.
You like both for different reasons?
Yeah, because I like in golf because of being social and like being able to go out and practice and things like that. I've invited some of my golfers to come out, and I can actually take people for a ride when I'm racing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I've invited them down to come down and go for a ride in the car or whatever. But
that's neat.
Yeah, because people don't ever think about that, and it's a new experience. But I like doing both of them. It's a really nice compromise, especially mentally and physically. But I haven't mastered that swing yet.
Have you seen the movie F1?
Oh, yeah, I just watched it last week.
Okay. So when he got in that zone of seeing everything, is that a real thing?
Yeah.
And because I'm thinking of, I don't know, I'm just visualizing you driving and listening to the sound of the motor, the brake, maybe not the brakes, but even the tires on the road probably, or on the track. So that is a real thing when you get in a zone of just you and the car are almost as one. Is that true?
When he was talking about he was flying?
Yeah.
That, when he talked about that, when Brad Pitt talked about that, I could so relate to that. And I've had those moments too. They're kind of like the Zen moments.
Yeah.
Same thing in golf.
Okay.
When you,
yes.
Oh my God, it's like that. But
yes.
in racing, it's, everything's going right. And you're, like I said, you're kind of like a helicopter over it. And you're just reacting and trying to get the car to go faster. And especially if you're doing like in road racing, you do these, lap after lap after lap, and you're trying to improve, and everything's working and everything's great. And there are moments like that in racing. I've had quite a few moments in racing where everything's just perfect.
But in golf, you don't really always know why it was perfect. You had a great day or a great hole, and you hit the ball. Or if you just have a great shot, you don't know exactly why it was great. For me, I don't know what I did different than the shot before that was horrible. So in driving, it just seems more consistent that you can have a little control because the car is the car and it's so in tune with it. I just find it's hard to be in tune with a golf swing.
I think it's actually the opposite.
Really?
Because there's so much stuff going on inside the car. I mean, it's it's fast.
Rattling,
you have to have really
the
quick
wind,
reactions. Versus in a golf club, I mean, certain things, there's certain self-talk that you tell yourself when you walk up to the ball.
Sure.
Swing slow or follow through or, there's a million things you can tell yourself in golf. But I think if you don't know why you may have had the good shot, then you should think about it a little bit more.
Well, gosh, are you going to be a golf coach also?
No.
Come on. I need help. And I think a lot of it is mental, obviously. And I mean, everything's 95% mental, I think.
Well, when I would instruct people in the car, I would ask them what they did. And the same thing in golf. Do you know why you made that good golf swing? Because that's...
So here's what I see in golf. I see a lot of people know exactly why they hit a bad shot. They don't know why they hit a good shot. That's what I just learned about myself.
Wow.
Everyone says, oh, I came through open. Oh, I did this. But why did I hit a beautiful shot? And maybe focus on that because, negative thoughts lead to negative actions. So you just figured something out for me. Thank you very much.
I don't know. We'll see what happens on your next. We'll see what happens this afternoon.
This afternoon. I've got a tea time this afternoon.
All the positives. Take all the positives.
Yeah, I love that. I could talk to you forever, but we only do 30 minutes. But I need to get on to Westbrook Village. What brought you to Westbrook Village, and what do you love about it?
I always thought that when I retired, because I used to come down to Phoenix all the time because it's so close, to be able to live down in Phoenix, and bring my car down here and race and everything, and being able to golf. And so I had actually rented kind of over here at Paradise, on Paradise Lane by the P83, by the baseball fields.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it was like an executive thing, and executive apartment was like, I didn't like that. So we were driving around and we came on to Westbrook. Hole number 17, everything is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Drove through there, and then we were driving through, and then we kind of were over in the Vistas area, and all of a sudden I was by hole number between 15 and 16, and all these golf carts came across.
Really?
It was the Director's Cup.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What is going on here? Like all these golf carts, right? And I thought, this is a really neat community. And so I drove around and I looked, and there was a house. It was up, for rent. I just wanted to rent first.
Yep.
And so I actually rented for about 5 years.
Yeah.
And then then the rent started going up, and then I decided, well, maybe I'd like to buy. And then a really nice house, casita, came available on hole number 15. So that's when I decided. But Westbrook, it was the people are just wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, they watch out for each other.
Oh,
the posse is awesome.
Yep.
Knowing it's secure. And then being close to the bike path. And I like the location because you can get on the 101 and just be anywhere. And I also like being on the west side because of the stadium and all the shopping and all the fun things. They're on the west side of Arizona.
Yeah, I think
of Phoenix, excuse me.
I think of that hole 17 and how they designed that course and this community. How many people did we sucker in on 17 right there on Union Hills?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
everybody talks about
everybody. Yeah, everybody says, "Well, I kept driving by this course. I was living in Sun City," and then they're like, "Wow, yeah."
Well, they're driving down Union Hills. They see everybody teeing off.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be fun to hit onto that?"
Yeah. As long as they don't see the pile up on 17 at the tee box, on some of those days when you get up there and there's 6 golf carts. So, yeah, it's a great community, and I can't believe that we got such quality people like you that have done so much. I mean, 5 national championships, was that it? 5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I really appreciate having people like you in the neighborhood that I can look up to and fix my golf game for me.
Fix your golf. I don't know about fixing your golf game. I think there's a few other people that can fix it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's fixable. You know what? I enjoy everything I do. I'm not as competitive. I'm more about the experience. So, I'll get through the golf game. So I really appreciate you doing the interview.
Well, Steve, thank you so much. I really appreciate your podcast. I like listening to them, and everybody has a story, and
absolutely.
And Westbrook is a wonderful place to live. So thank you.
Thanks again for tuning in to the Meet Your Neighbor podcast. Real estate is how I'm able to support this show and give back to our community. If you or someone you know is thinking about buying or selling a home in Arizona, I'd love to help. I also offer a free real estate review, basically a health checkup for your home's value and market position. You can call or text me anytime at 651-295-6830. Again, that's 651-295-6830. I'd be honored to help you or your neighbors with the next chapter of your real estate journey. And thanks again for listening, and be sure to keep connecting.